Hello viewer, this is Fliptv News. Now the headlines. Lagos State government shuts down Ojodu Grammar School. Frsc denies involvement in Ojodu Grammar School tragedy. Vaccination card compulsory to attend social gathering in Lagos State, Sanwo-Olu says foreigners that flout Nigeria's COVID-19 rules risk deportation. The Lagos State government has shut down Basfafunwa Millennium School, Ojodu, formerly Ojodu Grammar School, until January 2022. The State Commissioner for Education, Frsc Adefisayo, made the announcement when she visited the school on Wednesday morning, December 8. Students of the state have been protesting after a truck killed two of their schoolmates on Tuesday, December 7. Adefisayo said the state government will release an explicit statement later in the day containing an official death count and more details about what led to the tragic accident. Officials of the Federal Road Safety Service rescued lives in the Ojodu area of Lagos State Tuesday and played no condemnable part in the tragedy that occurred in the Axis. This is according to a statement Frsc Command spokesperson Olabisi Sonusi issued in response to a report that linked the agency to the death of students in the area. It was reported how an unconfirmed number of Ojodu Grammar School students were crushed to death by a speeding truck on Tuesday afternoon. Dr. Olaide Oyetunde of God's Apple City Hospital said that 3 injured students were brought to a facility for treatment. Other reports claim that the driver was being chased by Frsc officials who wanted to extort money from him. The crash was said to have occurred in Ogunisi on Ogunisi Road Grammar School bus stop around 2 p.m. on Tuesday. I was also at the bus stop trying to buy donuts while the other students were trying to cross, a student said. Some boys had crossed earlier, so they were at the other side of the road abusing the female student for not being smart enough to cross like them. The student gave the truck driver a sign to wait for them to cross, but it didn't stop and the truck crushed 17 of them to death, while some were injured. The driver did not wait, so other students and adults chased the driver down to Ogba, where he was arrested and his truck was burnt. Other reports claim that the driver was being chased by the Frsc officials who wanted to extort money from him. The Lagos State Emergency Management Authority, LASEMA, confirmed that students were killed in the accident, but as of Tuesday night, did not release the death toll. State Police spokesperson Adekunle Ajisebutu said only 2 persons were killed in the accident, adding that 12 others were injured. He added that the police had to professionally disperse an angry mob that wanted to cause riot in the aftermath of the accident. Ajisebutu also said that the truck driver Bolaji Kabiru had also been arrested. Lagos Frsc spokesperson Olabisi Sonusi said the officials of the agency were called to the scene to save lives. An articulated truck was said to have lost control at Grammar School bus stop along Ogunisi Road, Lagos, which caused the death of an unverified number of students and left many injured, he said in a statement. The men of the Frsc were called upon by passerby to help intervene after the crash happened. The general public should disregard the disgruntled information being circulated by some unscrupulous elements that Frsc men caused the crash. We want to place on record that our men were not in any way involved in the cause of the crash, as patrol activities were not ongoing along the axis as of the time of the crash. Lagos State Governor Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu says that the presentation of the COVID vaccination card is not compulsory for attendees of social gatherings in the state. Sanwo-Olu said this on Tuesday on the updates of the management of coronavirus in the state. He said that as a measure of curbing the spread of the disease, every attendee of a social gathering must present their vaccination cards or digital barcode page showing at least first dose, but preferably double dose full vaccination. According to him, in unvaccinated people, a negative polymerase chain reaction within 72 hours will be an exemption. All social events must be duly registered to obtain event safety clearance from the Lagos State Safety Commission website, and the guidelines set out below must be strictly adhered to. Where possible, events should be held outdoors, and occupancy limits at any event should not exceed 60% of the maximum design capacity of the event center. Everybody, irrespective of vaccination status, must be subject to rapid diagnostic tests to be conducted at the event venue or within 24 hours prior to the event at designated laboratories. Request for rapid test at the venue requires an application through the Safety Commission, he said. The governor said that since the persons under 18 years of age were unvaccinated, their temperature should be checked, and persons with high temperature above 37.5 should be politely turned back and referred to paramedics or the emergency response team on the ground. He said that all guests and service providers at the event must wear a nose mask or face shield before entry and must endeavor to wash their hands before entering the venue or use hand sanitizer, after which temperature checks should be carried out. Despite the huge financial obligation and constraints associated with managing this pandemic, our administration will continue to do everything within its power to ensure the preservation of the lives and livelihood of residents of Lagos State. I implore all residents of Lagos to comply with all guidelines and join hands with the government in the management of this pandemic, the incident commander said. Lagos State Governor Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu said this on Tuesday in a statement while giving the updates on the management of coronavirus in the state. Sanwo-Olu said that Lagos State Government, in partnership with the Presidential Steering Committee, would commence the prosecution of those that refuse to submit themselves for the mandatory test by blacklisting their passports for a period of 1 year. All foreigners that flout the rules would be subjected to possible deportation. Therefore, I implore all intending inbound passengers to perform their required tests at any of the private laboratories within the Lagos State Private Laboratory Consortium as and when due, he said. The incident commander said that the current guidelines on travel protocols released by the Presidential Steering Committee on COVID-19 must be strictly followed by all passengers arriving in Nigeria. The guidelines included COVID-19 PCR tests to be done within 48 hours before departure. Post-arrival date to COVID-19 CR test, all partially and unvaccinated individuals to self-isolate for 7 days following arrival into the country, and in the 7 release PCR tests. They also included all outbound passengers to demonstrate evidence of full vaccination against COVID-19. And negative PCR test result within 48 hours from the time to boarding a flight out of Nigeria. It said that the regulation of day 2 and day 7 tests for inbound passengers for international flights were mandatory to assist Lagos State to monitor the inflow of positive passengers, which is identified as a veritable source of waves and community spread of the virus. The governor also warned against intending outbound passengers procuring fake COVID test results and vaccination cards for travel purposes. According to him, the state government is currently working with the NCDC, DSS, and the Nigerian Police Force to investigate and bring to book the criminal gangs involved in this reprehensible activity. We implore everyone to desist from patronizing these gangs, as anyone found with a fake COVID test result and vaccination card will also be liable to prosecution and very stiff penalties. Our state mobile court will be used to prosecute all those involved in flouting the regulations, as well as those engaged in the fraudulent production of fake COVID test results and vaccination certificates. To this end, the Lagos State Ministry of Health is collaborating with various enforcement stakeholders from the Ministry of Justice and the task force to ensure prompt prosecution of these individuals, he said. Sanwo-Olu said that Lagos, like in other parts of the world, including Africa, was experiencing the beginning of a fourth wave with a current positivity rate of 6%, which was against the positivity rate of 1% as of the middle of November 2021 in the state. Based on our analysis, the fourth wave was brought by the non-adherence to the laid-down protocols to mitigate this pandemic. I would want to use this opportunity once again to appeal to everyone to get vaccinated and join hands with the Lagos State government in managing this wave of the pandemic in this festive season by following the guidelines we have set, especially regarding the use of face masks, public gatherings, and traveling in and out of Lagos State, he said. For more news and updates, please stay tuned to Fliptv News. I am Adeniyi Adeola. Bye for now.